So let's see what we got here. Rules of the channel. Do not call Jordan, Jason, Gavin, Wade, and James victims. So basically, do not have an open mind, even though I claim to be a two-sided channel. 2. Do not say Michael is guilty. I mean, you might as well have just typed up, I cannot handle other opinions. Like, do not disrespect Michael, the host of the channel, my moderators, and my supporters. Imagine being so unable to take criticism that you need to actually write this down as a rule. You do realize, Tanya, that we are literally on the internet. If you say to people, please don't be mean to me, they will actually be more mean. That's how the internet works. But when you have the brain capacity of a 12-year-old, this is the way you think, right? And by the way, I forgot where this was written, but Tanya actually wrote somewhere that she can take criticism. It just has to be constructive. Let's be perfectly clear. You cannot take criticism. You've never been able to take criticism. There were multiple times that me and the guys tried to help you with like genuine help, like actually not being condescending or sarcastic, like genuine help. We tried to help you with your personal issues, with growing up, with relationships, the fact that you have a very like immature mind, and we tried to make it so that you were actually in line with your fucking age. And I mean, it was real. I gave you real advice, like I give to everyone else, because I actually counsel people, and I gave you real, genuine advice. And every time I did, you either went silent and didn't reply at all because you were so hurt on the verge of crying. 2, you went into denial because you didn't want to handle. You couldn't even face the fact that you're a person who needs to improve as a human being. You need to be more mature. You need to be more open. You need to be willing to take a joke. You need to be just all these things, right? And I tried to help you multiple times over the last 2 years. And every time you did like a na type of thing. You're a fucking idiot. Do not tell people to watch Leaving Neverland or Roxanne. So again, just reinforcing the do not have any do not do not have opinions. Do not grow. Do not listen to other people who might know better. To anyone who thinks Michael is guilty, you do not have my permission to use my content in any way, shape, or form. So, again, you don't have the right to say that. YouTube is fair use, and people can legally use their content however they want. And again, just like I said before, if you encourage people not to do it, that only encourages people to do it more. Vicky says, Tanya be like, oh, you have an opinion that isn't like mine? Blocked. Yeah, pretty much. Okay, now let's read her supporters' comments. Starting off with lunatic child Rosie. Stellboy says, even though Roxanne's video on ECWC is super accurate to MJ's mindset. What are we talking about again? ECWC? Oh, emotional congruence with children. But not just that one. Not just that one. All of Roxanne's videos are so good. I just want to reiterate this again. Roxanne has the best videos I have seen on either side when it comes to Michael as a person. All of her videos, and again, as a professional myself, I can say this, and it's been proven in my videos. I know what I'm talking about with this stuff. When it comes to psychology, forensics, body language, and human behavior, which is what most of her videos are based on, she is 100% on the nose. And here's the thing, too, of why morons like Tanya go against her. Roxanne gets that information, like her forensics knowledge, her body language knowledge, her psychology knowledge, and her human behavior knowledge. She gets that information from doctors. She gets that information from psychiatrists and psychologists and doctors. It's not even her information. She's learning it from reading books, researching from psychiatrists, psychologists, professional human behavior experts, and medical professionals, and then attaches the information to Michael. And these idiots have the nerve to say that she's a hater or fake or dumb. It's fucking amazing. Anyway, from Rosie we got, and especially no mentioning of Roxanne or Matt's. Why is the A? The A is blocked out. MattsFTR is officially a swear word. Vicky says her research is credible, unlike Miss. I watched some clips, so I didn't do my homework. And this is funny, by the way. What Vicky's saying here isn't even an insult. This is a direct quote. Tanya has said verbatim, I did not watch Leaving Neverland, but I don't believe them anyway. And then when she did watch it, because we forced her to on stream, she was huffing and puffing for the whole entire thing. To her credit, she actually did watch it, but she was huffing and puffing the whole time. Unless Tanya is left with no choice but to disprove their one-sided BS. So I'm the one who's one-sided, even though I'm literally researching both sides. And the idea that Tanya can disprove me is amazing. Idiot Tanya says, amen. I 100% agree. All of these people are either teenagers or have the mental capacity of teenagers. The fact that HBO tried to convince people that a dead person is guilty after 14 years of the trial's date is just insane. Fuck Leaving Neverland and HBO. Even though this is not a bad thing. What's wrong with this? It's already been psychologically proven for people who understand child sex abuse, even a tiny little bit, that it's very normal to come out several years later because of trauma and PTSD. And if you think I'm wrong, literally Google what PTSD is. Like, what's RR? And secondly, what's your opinion on Prince in Paris unfollowing the Michael Jackson account? I didn't know this about Prince in Paris, but maybe even his kids think he's guilty. RR stands for Roxanne. Paris has suspicion of the MJ estate, so I think that's part of it. Okay. I 100% agree with you, of course, because you're a child. Also, Frank is not a victim. How do you know that? I agree that his timing is also weird. Same with the amount of money, and he does have gambling debt. So he very well could be a liar, but you don't know that. And by the way, Roxanne did a video reading through Frank's book and finding red flags in the book. She has her video in 2 parts, and I strongly suggest watching it because it's pretty powerful. Vicky says her quote from her video saying, if you were a real victim, you would have come forward when it happened. Paraphrasing. Yeah, that's not how it works with child sex abuse. The people who don't understand the difference between rape of like an adult and molestation of a child is astronomical. You see, a rape is just you fuck the person without consent and it's over. But molestation has a process to it that involves manipulation, making the victim fall in love with you, convincing the victim that you love them. It's called the grooming process. And that's why child sex abuse cases do not come forward as soon as it happens. They don't. And the few times it does come forward, it comes out in different ways. And Roxanne has also showed in her videos information that I didn't even know. Like, for example, she read through a whole bunch of books written by, like, some of the victims, LaToya Jackson, and other people, too, have worked for Michael. And she found information in books that were written in these aren't, by the way, for people who are going to say, oh, well, they're lying in the book. Some of the books that she's read were written in the 90s. And even some of these books involve information of people not saying Michael's guilty, but being suspicious of his behavior. And this is in the fucking 90s. If that's not a flag to you, to anybody, you're a fucking idiot. You're an absolute idiot. Moving on. Facts don't lie, people do. But you're not researching facts. So, by the way, when you said RR, do you mean Roxanne? Roxanne. The idiot says, I guess nothing because it won't fucking load. Okay, moving on. This idiot says, and rule number 6, Michael will forever be innocent. Okay, so Just reinforcing everything I've said. I agree with you, Tanya. Preach. I'm glad you have that attitude. I am so glad that you are closed-minded to other people's opinions and information. Facts don't lie. Michael innocent. Okay, sure. Why is my? Okay, I'm gonna refresh because I want to see these. What the fuck? What the fuck just happened? Huh? Bro, what? What happened to my fucking YouTube account? Okay, I'm going back to her page now because this is kind of strange. What happened? She deleted the post! She deleted. I wonder if she deleted it because she's watching my stream right now. Either way, that's fucking sad. Okay, let's go on to this one then before she deletes it. Okay. What is the dumbest statement you have seen in the comment or video? Your entire page. Okay, let's go. She has a list here. Look at this. LN would not exist if it wasn't true. I'm not going to comment on your quote, but I'll comment on a quote that's similar. What I will say is that if they were lying, they wouldn't be trying for 13 years. I've said this before and I'll say it again. Liars of this time do not hold on to a lie for 13 years. They don't. They don't. Liars do not go through 13 years of hell, legal fees, and all this other shit for a lie. They simply don't do that. Certain people will hold on to a lie for a long time. Like if somebody cheats on their partner and wants to hide it, sure, they'll hold on to that lie for many, many, many years. But child sex abuse is so much different, especially when you have to do stuff involved with it, like fighting and being in the public eye and being hated and paying legal fees and all that shit. Liars do not hold on to a lie for 13 years. They simply don't. But you know who does hold on to a statement for 13 years? Real victims who are fighting a war. That's who hold on to a statement for 13 years. Okay. I don't think Wade and James need the money. I love this statement because Tanya contradicted herself. You want to hear how dumb she is? When we were watching Leaving Neverland 2, Electric Boogaloo, on stream, there's a part where we see James Safechuck driving a BMW, implying that he has money and is able to afford a nice car and whatever else, right? And and when we were on stream, Tanya literally says, and I'm quoting her verbatim, she says, "Oh, I thought you needed the money." So she was mocking the fact that James could afford an expensive car and said, "I thought you needed the money." Why are you saying, "I thought you needed money" in a mocking way if you do believe he needs the money? And you're admitting, because you were mocking him, you're admitting that he doesn't need it. So if he doesn't need it, then his case against Michael must be real. You fucking hypocrite. You contradicting stupid ass fuck. Okay. Her posting about Ozzy Osbourne when she doesn't listen to anything but MJ pisses me off. You lie about cheating till you're caught at a Coldplay concert. Yep. Electric Boogaloo mentioned. That's right. Okay, moving on. I don't know what a supernova is. I was asking the hater to explain the subpoena lie. Okay. I don't care about the train station didn't exist yet. This is kind of a dumb one. I don't know who would say this. Maybe she's making it up. But what I will say is that there's already information out there that there was a different train station being built before the one that we know about. And Michael couldn't get the proper permits to build it. So it was torn down and then remade. It's very possible that if James was molested in the train station, it was the original one before he ran into permit issues. That would explain why the train station timeline doesn't match up. Dumbass. Adrian McManus is a hero. Who the fuck? Money is justice for CSA. It is if the If the abuser is dead, yes, money is justice, and you'd be dumb to disagree with that. MJ had 24 victims per month for 20 years. Diana Ross, it's not as Diana Ross as Michael Jackson's actual mother. There is no reason why we shouldn't believe them. There is some reason, yes, but here's the thing, you dumb fuck. There's also reason to believe them, and you're the one saying, and again, I'm quoting here verbatim, you fucking said that there is not one single shred of evidence against Michael. Really? There's not one piece of evidence against Michael? Not even one? Imagine being this fucking stupid. Matt refreshed the post. Are you crazy? If she deleted it and I refreshed and it's gone. I'm not doing that. I'm going to read as much as I can before she deletes it. Fuck you. What are you, stupid? Okay. Anyway. I have another example, but I will have to be mentioned in the video because it's too graphic. Lovely. Okay, here we go. The comments. One thing I strongly dislike that some people say is you only defend him because you like him, or you think he's innocent because you're a fan. Even though this is actually true, there are some fans who have genuine belief and research, but I would say a very large portion of the fan base does it just because they're blinded by love. A fucking fuck ton of them. They're deluded and they believe what they believe just because they can't believe that somebody so talented and somebody so portrayed as a god would do something like that. To me, that is gaslighting. We don't defend Michael because of fandom. We defend him because we look at the facts and research. That's even people who are not even MJ fans that defend him. Sure. Oh, here we go. It's about me. I love this. There was a video that Matt made. I can't find it again, so I'm not sure where it is or he took it down or not. But in the video, he said that there's proof when he pulled up a screen of a list of orders that Michael ordered from a plane. But long story short, Matt showed us that on the screen that Michael ordered alcohol on the plane. So this is the comment that's still debunked, where this person, Michelle, is blatantly fucking lying, because I did not say in the video that it was about Michael drinking. I said it was about the Coke can, not about just having alcohol. So just typical lies. What else is new? And oh my god, Matt thinks that's proof he's calling MJ guilty because of that. That's not the reason. So, like, seriously, that's not proof to anything. I didn't say it was. That don't make MJ guilty all because he ordered alcohol. Well, it's a good thing I didn't say that. Michael probably ordered alcohol maybe because he was a nervous flyer. No, he ordered alcohol because he was an alcoholic. No, legitimately, Michael was an alcoholic. With all of the stress in his life and the fact that he couldn't sleep and the fact that he was also addicted to painkillers and other drugs, yes, I would definitely say that Michael was an alcoholic. And if your dumbass thinks that Michael only drank alcohol on a plane, you're a fucking idiot. And you are implying that because you mentioned nervous flyer. He drank alcohol all the time. He drank it when he was at home. He probably drank it backstage. Like, he was an alcoholic. Like, maybe I don't think he was like a severe, like a big alcoholic, but I think he was reliant on alcohol to a pretty big extent. Nervous flyer. So you probably thought alcohol would calm his nerves. I'm sorry, but Matt's brainwashed. I'm the brainwashed one. I'm the brainwashed one. He should have studied the facts more. Okay, sure. And as for Roxanne, her comparing MJ to P. Diddy, I don't know much about the situation with Diddy. Well, of course you don't, because why would you do proper research? So I'm not going to have an opinion on him, but her just comparing MJ to a different celebrity is so dumb because MJ never abused anyone. He never hurt anyone. Yeah, this is not brainwashed at all, right? So that was the dumbest thing that Matt and Roxanne had said. Oh my god, what an idiot. What an idiot. Okay. She deleted this one too? Okay, then I'm not refreshing. No chance. Hey, Matt, I just want to know, do you think your original Debunking Leaving Neverland video still holds up to this day or no? I think certain points might, but let's keep in mind again that a lot of my points in that video, like most of my points in general, have just been about debunking inconsistencies or contradictions. And of course, I had to learn much later, because I was a bit in denial myself, that a lot of the contradictions are actually just due to false memory as opposed to lies. So, same type of thing. Lisa Marie literally wrote that he threw tantrums. That's just hurtful to her mindset. I know, I agree. Absolutely. And I've seen Roxanne talked about all that too, how Michael was very childlike. And when I say childlike, I don't just mean that he was immature and liked to drink warm milk and cookies, but I mean he was also immature in the sense that he was very dramatic and he didn't know how to handle adults, and he would throw tantrums, and he would cry over nothing, or how he would ask like James' parents or Wade's parents, like, can I spend some time with your son? And anytime they would say no, Michael would cry and be like, you're keeping us apart and shit like that. These are claims from the victims' families, but we know that they're true if you use logic, because that reaction of Michael being like, oh, you're keeping me and Wade apart, or you're keeping me and James apart, or you're keeping me and Gavin apart, or whatever. That Michael saying that is perfectly in line with, number one, the claims of him being childish and throwing tantrums, two, always needing to have his way, and all of his psychological issues. That's the thing. That's why people need to pay attention to more than just physical evidence, because this shit does matter. It's called pattern recognition, and it's very important. Any professional psychologist will be aware of that and agree with me. But moving on. This is just more... I'm not going to read all of them because there's a lot, and a lot of them are just like random fans, but... Oh, Zach is here! This person... Okay, I'll go to Rosie because she's dumb as a motherfucker. Matt the Backstabber saying Roxanne is an intelligent person. She is, and that's a fact. That makes some good points. No, you're wrong. She actually makes a lot of good points, not just some. Fuck, are you serious? I can't read the replies! No! No! I read the replies earlier, and they were so funny. But now that it's deleted, I can't read them. No, I can't read the replies. Fuck. Well, you know what? Fuck her. Because if she wants to hide her stupidity by deleting the posts, then here's what's going to happen. We're just going to go and watch the videos instead.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the...
Okay, there's no way I'm going to sit here and listen to... Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the MJ Innocent podcast. You talk like you're on fucking... You talk like you're on Xanax. Let's go to 0.5.
MJ and...
Oh, whoops. I made it slower. I'm going to kill myself. Okay, 1.40.
Innocent podcast. I'm your host, Moonwalker Tanya. All right.
It has to be in 1.4 to make her sound even partially human.
So, I wanted to open the video with this. Looks like we have some new viewers on the channel. Welcome. If you love pro MJ content, then this is the channel for you.
I don't like pro MJ content. I like what's the word? I like neutral content that relies on facts, not just pro this, pro that.
If you are a MJ hater, then beat it.
Fuck you.
Of course, if you don't beat it, these rules we are about to go over will make sure that you're blocked very quickly.
Literally nobody cares if you block them.
All right. So I'm pretty sure a lot of you had a chance to look over the rules that I posted on the community tab.
You deleted it because you can't handle me criticizing you.
But let's go over them together. All right. So the first rule is, and there is one name I forgot to put in rule number 1, so we'll go ahead and just go over it anyway. Do not call Jordan, Jason, Gavin, Wade, James, and Frank victims.
They are victims.
Because they're not.
Okay. How do you know?
Rule number 2, do not say Michael is guilty when
Michael is guilty.
There isn't one shred of evidence to support that claim.
See, there it is. And I quoted that earlier. Not one shred of evidence. Do you hear that? Not one shred. I'm sorry, but even if you think he's innocent, that's fine. But if you are at 100% innocent and 0% guilty, that's how you know that you're a fanatic. You're a fanatic. Do not fucking call yourself two-sided or open-minded. You're not. You're a fucking child. Okay, you're a child. Because there is so much evidence. I'm not even talking about Roxanne. I'm talking about like just little things you can see in Michael's own behavior. I mean, when Martin Bashir asked Michael about Gavin and Michael went, yes. Like even that is creepy enough to give you 1%. Like, fuck. And you're at 0. Fuck you.
Let's see. Number 3, do not disrespect Michael, the host of the channel, which is moi.
You're an immature, childish piece of shit. You are more juvenile. You are more juvenile than a newborn baby. You have the mental capacity of a 12-year-old, and I have people at my job whose brain functions better than yours.
My moderators, who are Brantley, Christy, Joey, and Teresa.
I love how one of your mods is Joey, a guy who doesn't even care about Michael Jackson anymore, or at least not very much. And he also hates most of the community. I love that. I love that. Okay, what we got here? Okay. Matt gonna make her delete her whole channel, I hope. Matt finally streaming? Damn. I like two-sided channels. Sorry, hun. Me too. Tanya's really got to rename her channel to Moonwalker Tanya because she does not hold a podcast. Yeah, that's the funny thing about it. She doesn't even know what a fucking podcast is. I'm pretty sure it was you and Johnny who said this, but I gotta say it because it's so funny. Her whole page is meant to teach people the truth, but she blocks people instead of teaching them. It's true, though. It's true. Download the video before she deletes it. No, I'm good. She can attack. She can attack disrespect victims, but against her, yeah. And by the way, can we just point out another one of the stupid things about her? This fucking retard has the nerve to say like Michael's 100% innocent. I rely on facts. I'm two-sided. Don't call Michael guilty because there's no proof. And yada yada yada. Right? I just want to remind you all. I'm gonna look at the camera. Okay, pay attention, class. Here, I'm gonna zoom in. Okay, pay attention, class, because this is important. Tanya calls Wade a pedophile. She does. So, talk about being a stupid as fuck, in defense, projecting, deflecting child. Just because Wade went against Michael, she calls Wade a pedophile. And by the way, even though her evidence that Wade's a pedophile is pathetic as fuck, even if you do look at the evidence that she provides, it's quite funny because the very reasons she gives for calling Wade a pedophile are things that also apply to Michael. It's that fucking good. It's crazy that a person can be this uneducated. Okay. I'm still 50-50, but still being 100% is insane. Even if they were lying, her behavior is no excuse to attack those who disagree with her. I agree. Her evidence wouldn't even make it to a courtroom. Yeah. And she has a nerve to call herself a lawyer or somebody who wants to be a lawyer.
Treat them with respect. And my supporters, of course. Yeah. All right. So let's see. Number 4, do not tell people to watch LN or the...
Everybody should watch Leaving Neverland because that's the entire purpose of being two-sided. The movie is absolutely way too long. It's boring as fuck and doesn't show much in the way of evidence. But it's important in order to be an open-minded, two-sided person, unlike Tanya.
Biggest MJ hater on YouTube.
She just... So let's be clear about something else because there's so much to debunk because she's so fucking stupid. So, okay, just hang on. Okay, right off the bat, it's important to define what the word hater means. Chat, help me out here and I'll put your comments on the screen. But while you're typing, I'm going to answer first. The word hate is a pretty strong word. It usually involves anger, right? You hate somebody, so you're angry towards them, right? I mean, you're not going to call something hateful if you only just moderately dislike it or disagree. Hate, So generally speaking, you're talking about the anti-MJ people, but the ones who hate Michael, right? The ones who hate him, the ones who call him guilty without really doing the research, the one who say that the ones who use really mean terminology like kitty fucker or something like that. They're really hateful people, okay? And there's a lot. There are a lot of hateful people. There's no doubt about there's a lot of hateful people. But here's the thing, Tanya. You are calling someone a hater not for actually being a hateful person. You're calling them a hater just for disagreeing with you. Because as somebody who's watched about 15 of Roxanne's videos, she's not hateful. Please find me where she's hateful, where she's being rude, swearing, insulting, attacking. Where is she doing that? She's talking in a very calm voice. She's presenting her evidence. Her videos are well constructed and well edited. She's not yelling, swearing, name-calling, attacking, threatening. Nothing. She's just providing her evidence. And you not only called her a hater, but you called her the biggest one too. So let's be crystal fucking clear. To you, a person just needs to be a hater if they disagree. That's it. All they have to do is say, Tanya, I don't agree. Boom, you're a fucking hater. And let's be even more clear. Tanya actually does attack people. But apparently she's not a hater, right? Now, let's get to the comments. Stell describes a hater as a person who expresses immense anger towards something or someone. And let's be clear, Tanya does express anger. Roxanne does not. Hades describes it as someone who blindly hates something or someone based on things they don't know. Shit. Fair. This also defines Tanya, by the way. Intense or passionate dislike. This would also describe Tanya towards Wade, James, the other victims, and people who disagree with her. Whereas I've never seen Roxanne hating someone for disagreeing with her. Never. At least not to the degree that fucking Tanya does. A person who strongly dislikes something or someone from the Cambridge Dictionary. Again, Tanya. I remember when Tanya joined your stream and straight up called Roxanne a bitch. Yep, and I don't see Roxanne calling Tanya a bitch. To my knowledge, the most that Roxanne ever called Tanya was delusional. Which is more just a descriptive word, and it's accurate. Like fuck. And by the way, Tanya has called Roxanne way worse than that. A hater is when you disagree with me, Tanya. Yep. Okay, moving on.
Because her videos are garbage.
And just now you said her videos are garbage. Just because you don't agree with them, just because you don't have any knowledge in psychology, human behavior, body language analysis, forensics, the law, that's why you think her videos are garbage, because you don't understand them. Let's be clear again. The reason why you think they're garbage is because you just don't understand them. You don't have any knowledge in human behavior or how the brain works. You have no knowledge in child sex abuse. You have no knowledge in mental health like PTSD. You have zero fucking knowledge, Tanya. That's why you think it's garbage, because you don't get it. You're too dumb. Okay. Hades says, another thing haters do is attack the people who so much as say they occasionally listen or watch said person in question. And I'm like, doesn't the MJ community do that too? The ones who came out, yes. Tanya wouldn't last 2 minutes as a juror, let alone a lawyer. I agree. She would literally yell at the other 11 jurors.
And number 5. To anyone who thinks Michael is guilty, you do not have my permission to use my content in any
fair use, bitch.
Way, shape, or form.
Well, I just broke your permission because this is fair use. I'm allowed to do this.
Now, as far as rules for my supporters, I mean, I rarely have issues.
I think I love the irony in the fact that she has to give us permission, even though it's fair use, while she's literally filming a Michael Jackson concert.
is with my supporters. But just to keep it fair, there are a few things that I think are important. Number one, to any of my supporters who may support the death hoax, just so you know, I do not support the death hoax, and I ask to please not recommend anyone to check out the death hoax, because I do believe it is a scam. It wouldn't happen.
It is a scam, just like the most of your videos.
And the same thing with how Wade and James wouldn't be doing what they're doing if there was a law in the U.S. to protect the dead.
Well, yeah, thank you, stupid. Of course they wouldn't be doing it if there was a law to protect the dead, because Michael's dead. But that law shouldn't exist, because as soon as people fucking acknowledge, people like you, idiot, as soon as people acknowledge that it's totally normal for child sex abuse victims to take 20 to 30 years to come out, as soon as you acknowledge that is a psychological fucking fact, you would then acknowledge why that law would be stupid. Like you.
All right. Let's see. I would also say to my supporters, please do not say things like
We're talking about her because she's been talking about me nonstop over the last couple weeks, and I'm getting sick of it. So I just thought, you know what? If she's allowed to run her mouth about things that she doesn't know, let me come in with facts and defend myself at the same time. I think that's a much better way of doing things. And her way of taking care of people who use her content, delete the poll. I wonder if some random guy was accused of CM with the same evidence. So, same circumstance, same amount of victims, basically a copy and paste of MJ's case. I wonder if she would think the guy is guilty. As long as it's not Michael, she would think they're guilty, yes. I mean, come on. She has the nerve. She has the nerve to say that Wade Robson is a pedophile. If she's going to say that just because she's throwing a tantrum, I can only imagine that she would say that too.
Michael was perfect, because no one is. Everyone makes mistakes. And I have pointed out a few of Michael's flaws on the channel, and that's okay. It is important to show that Michael was human and everyone makes mistakes. And
oh my God.
Just so everyone knows, I know that my supporters usually don't say stuff like this on the channel, but I'm just putting it out there just in case. All right, let's see what else. Oh yeah, please do not treat Michael like a god.
That's what you're doing.
I never have, and
oh, okay.
As a Christian, I definitely know better. But also, you have to remember that there is only one God, and it isn't Michael. Michael said himself, in no way do I think that I am God, but I try to be God-like. And he also tried to imitate Jesus, so there is a difference.
According to the Bible, it's also wrong to imitate God. Or Jesus, whatever. Did you know that, Tanya? Have you read the Bible? Because it says that you're not supposed to imitate God. But, okay.
Let's see. Oh yeah, I would also say, again, I haven't seen this on the channel, but this is a couple of things I've seen in the past, but it doesn't happen nearly as much as some people claim it does. But please do not wish any harm towards the MJ haters or the liars or whatever, just because that's something that the haters do. Okay? And I'll give an example in a minute. But first, before I started my channel, there was a time when I saw an MJ fan tell a hater to stop breathing.
That's what they always do. I'm sorry. Tanya, retard, are you seriously gonna pretend that it's the guilty people who attack more than the fans? Are you actually going to fucking say that? Now, I'm not saying that the guilty people don't attack fans. Of course they do. They fucking do it all the time. But let's be clear. The fans make attacks and especially death threats tenfold over the guilty people. Let's be fucking honest here for once. I know you can't do that, but let's be fucking honest. The fans make death threats 10 times more than the guilty people do. God.
Which is wrong.
Oh yeah, let me read chat. Imagine her representing MJ in court. Then when James and Wade's lawyer starts talking, she goes, no. Hi, Amber. As a Christian, Tanya, you should be disgusted that he would do that, so you don't practice what you preach. Funny she's a Christian, but judges others a literal sin. As most Christians do. The concert she's recording, even without sound, is more interesting than her voice. Don't wish hate. You called one a pedophile. Wow, a Christian being a horrible person. Who knew? Yeah, I know, like all of them. They attack you over anything. Remember that Munich vocals? The fandom exploded over that. Yeah, not only were the fans in denial, saying that it was like a fake doctored AI video, but anybody who called it real, because it was real, they were also given death threats. They were given death threats just for saying that Michael had bad vocals, for fuck's sakes. Yeah, and the fans are good people. Yeah, piss right off. Who the fuck has been in this longer than me? I know what I'm talking about. You don't.
Let's see. Back when Fawn Lexi defended Michael back from 2019 to 2021, there was a fan who said that Wade and James's sons should be molested since their fathers are lying about it, which is just beyond wrong.
Yep, and that's how all fans talk. That doesn't surprise me. But I will play that again. I'm going to go back 10 seconds here. Did anybody notice what a hypocrite she is? Pay attention.
Should be molested since their fathers are lying. Back when Fawn Lexi defended Michael back from 2019 to 2021, there was a fan who said that Wade and James's sons should be molested since their fathers are lying about it.
So let me get this straight. It's not okay to say that that Wade and James' kids should be molested, but it's okay for you to call Wade a pedophile. Now, obviously, I know that saying that the kid you molested is worse than saying Wade's a pedophile, but it's still within the same type of comment. And you don't even acknowledge how horrible that is. Dumb fuck.
Which is just beyond wrong. You know, I'm not going to, no one deserves to be molested. Let me make that very clear. And even though I wasn't molested, I am a survivor of sexual assault.
No, you're not, Tanya. No, you're not. And by the way, what Tanya claims is a sexual assault happened to her like 20 fucking years ago, and she's still talking about it. Which, by the way, is so ironic because Tanya claims that she was assaulted sexually 20 fucking years ago, but yet can't understand a victim coming out 20 years later. It is fucking amazing.
But just so that everyone doesn't think that I was raped, I was dry humped. And I was also sexually harassed by a teacher when I was in high school. And no one deserves to go through any kind of sexual abuse or abuse in general. Let's see. What else? Oh, yeah. There was also a fan on Fawn Lexi's channel who said that Martin Bashir should have died from COVID when he had it.
Again, not surprised at all.
I don't condone things like that, okay? We're not going to talk like that on this channel. And like I said, I've never seen it.
But you'll call Wade a pedophile.
It happen on here, but I've seen it very rarely in other places.
Why did the video end out of nowhere? What the fuck was that? Okay, let's see if she deleted that video. Okay, it's still there. So yeah, now it's just the Ozzy Osbourne thing. That's so sad. It's sad how stupid she is. We're not done though. I want to go make fun of one of her fans. So the Rosie person. Why isn't my own page coming up? Fuck off, YouTube. Okay, so there's the other fanatic named Rosie who's a big fan of Tanya and has attacked me also a lot too. And we're just gonna look at her page and make fun of her too. Where's my other channel shit? Oh, there we go. Okay. So yeah, this is a video of my honeymoon. Okay, so this is Rosie. Load. My God. Load! Holy fuck!
Ourselves fans.
Jesus! I hate this laptop. Okay, so okay, fine. I'll read the chat first. Hang on. They attack you over anything. Remember that Munich Mokles? Yep. Joey lost so many followers for talking about that. So did I. God forbid you say Michael had a bad concert. The fans are nuts. Yep. She was 100% that kid at recess where the kids were showing the cuts and scrapes they got saying, I got this from jumping on my bike. And she comes over and says, you see this? Yeah, mosquito bite. Today, MJ Moonlight is in Turkey. Literally nobody cares. Did you delete the MJ is guilty video? Yes. I deleted it because of the fan comments, not because of being wrong, like that fucking retard on Tanya's page said. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to react to this video that Rosie made. Watch this. So the title is Matt7030 proves he's been a dumb fake fan since before 2014. And she quotes me saying this.
Ourselves fans. I never heard the word moonwalker until, me personally, I never heard the word used until about 2014, maybe.
So, go back.
Ourselves fans.
Okay, so let me just put the speed back to normal because I was playing it in fast speed again. Okay, so this is me saying I never heard the term moonwalker used as like a fan thing until about 2014. And that's because fans didn't say it before 2014. But Rosie, go figure, lies and says, oh, Matt just never heard it. You stupid ass. I didn't hear it because it wasn't a thing, not because I just didn't hear about it. And wait, what? Why'd you say retard? What? We genuinely didn't say that at the time. Yes, thank you. Thank you. We didn't say that back then. I know. That has opened my eyes about you, Matt. Wow, how could you? How could you? Oh my god. Okay. So now I sorry. I was confused about your comment for a second. Yes. You replied saying I'm sorry. You said a retard on Tanya's channel said you deleted the video because you were wrong. That you were wrong. That was me. Sorry, I made a mistake. I meant to say that it was the idiot who claimed because of the friggin' alcohol or whatever. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, and then Stell, I'll just say it for the video. And then Stell defended me, but pointed out that he thought I deleted it because I thought I was wrong, and that wasn't the reason. Sorry about that. Stellboy said that you said some retard. Yeah, I was talking about... I meant the Coke can, not that. Oh my god, who cares? Okay, moving on. So yeah, we never said that before 2014. And then the description says, Dumbo MattsFTR pro Wade supporter didn't hear the term moonwalker before 2014 because no one fucking said it. And now, the comments. The comments, guys. They're amazing. Aaron says, leave him alone. And then look at this. Look at how disgusting. You ready for this? Look how disgusting that is. Do you guys see this? Imagine being such a bad fucking person that you say this about somebody just because they don't agree with you. Wow. Imagine fucking saying that. That's crazy. Saying something like this because they don't agree with you. Being this trash of a human being. Sorry, I replied saying reported. Aaron, who cares? Okay, so now we're going to debunk Tanya because go figure, she's lying. But she's correct. No, oh yeah, you're right. Sorry. Yeah, I don't know why I was defending myself. Obviously, that is a true statement. How about I slap her and make her face Rosie? Okay. You ready for this? We're going to debunk every comment. He told me I shouldn't call myself Moonwalker Tanya. I didn't give myself that name. I like it, and there's nothing wrong with it. Okay, so let's be clear, because she's twisting the truth so much. She's trying to make it seem like I told her to change her name as like an insulting thing. No, what actually happened was... Okay, here's what really happened. So, Tanya started talking about how she wanted to talk about other cases, not just MJ, right? She wanted to talk about other legal cases. And I was trying to help the idiot, God forbid. And I told her, I said, listen, your username is about MJ. If you want to talk about a whole bunch of different cases, I think you should have a more generic name. You know how my name is Matt's for the record. It's very generic. I can talk about any topic. It doesn't really matter, right? But when you give yourself a Michael Jackson username, it's implied you're only going to talk about Michael Jackson. So when she said, "Oh, I want to talk about different cases," I said, "Okay, why don't you change your name?" And I gave her a few ideas. A couple ideas were, and this is back when I was like friendly with her. God forbid. I said, one name I gave her was Objection Tanya. I thought that was a really good username because objection, like that's, the law, objection, So I thought, make the username Objection Tanya. And I gave her a couple other ideas too, but that was my favorite one. And now, so I just gave her suggestions to make a more generic username and also be more in line with the fact that she wants to do like legal stuff. And now here she is switching my words to make it sound like an attack. Okay, let's go back to the chat. Okay, first of all, are you pissed off? Because it was it was an honest mistake. I hope you're not pissed off. Okay. Typical Christian MJ fan logic. That's too toxic for me. Good God, I see why so many people left the MJ community. Well, yeah. We went from admiring Michael's work and talent to literally treating him like a godly deity. Second coming of Jesus. Like, holy shit. Tanya want to know what a hater is? Me. I am a hater. I hate YouTube. You tub of piss bag. Matt, I have a question. Go ahead. How dare someone who knows what he's talking about try to help someone? Yeah, I know. How God. Why does Tanya even still exist like a goddamn? It's July 2025. No, I'm not pissed off. It's okay, Matt. Thank you. Okay. So, dumbass Rosie says, "What's wrong with him? Oh, he tried to help me by giving me a good idea. How dare he? Oh, cry about it, you fucking Cyclops." Okay. I think Matt loves to control women in general. Bruh. Oh my God. I think Matt likes to control women in general. Holy fuck. Well, all I can say is that Alice is very happy. Okay. Why do you want diss track about MJ Moonlight is a joke? I don't understand the question. Moving on. Especially those on the right side of history. If we're talking about the woke SJWs, if you're claiming that they're on the right side of history, then that basically tells us all we need to know about you, Rosie. You are a piece of shit. He needs to be taught some basic human decency and educated on the allegations by a credible source such as yourself or Joey. Now, this is funny because not only is Tanya not a credible source, but she names Joey, a guy who doesn't even research the allegations. These people keep getting fucking worse. Joey doesn't even research them. What are you talking about? But hey, MJ will always win. Sure. Here we go. I didn't like his videos about women. Okay, Tanya. I was laughing when he said men are loyal to women. I'm gonna solo this one. What? So you didn't like a fact. Well, go figure. But I'm gonna reiterate it because again, I'm not gonna shy away from statistically proven facts. Yes, generally speaking, men are more loyal than women. This is not up for debate. It's a fucking statistically proven fact. Men cheat less than women do. Men are generally more loyal than women. This is a proven fucking fact. Cry about it, you dumb fuck. Jesus Christ. And quick FYI, I will be making an FTR on cheating so I can prove the more detailed part of that, by the way. Okay. I'm just going to go back to chat for a second. You want a sad song on the world's smallest violin, Rosie? I had an aneurysm reading that. Yeah. Titanic, okay, a whole bunch of garbage. Tanya, Joey being a credible source really made my day. Tanya should be on Crash Course, not the YouTube channel. I mean the car quality testing. Okay. Yeah, because Joey totally cares about them. Yeah. Oh, you're a little bit late there. Okay, moving on. Okay. There are loyal men out there, but they're harder to find these days. That applies to women too, but men are still more loyal than women. I hope he will work on his mental health and treat people better. Right. Right. Because the person with the mental health problems is me, not you, Tanya. He claimed he's been nice to me since day one. I have. But that's not 100% true. I think it's been 2 months since I distanced myself from Matt and Jake, and my mental health is so much better. Because all you're doing is focusing on MJ, and you think that's a positive thing for your health. It's not, but you think it is. I still have some work to do, but I'm off to a good start. I've only cried twice in the past 2 months. I'm not even going to reply to that part. But when they would say things that were not jokes, knowing it would hurt me, I cried multiple times a week. And this is what I love, by the way. Pretty much every joke against you came from other people. I'm not going to name names because it's not nice for me to do that. But if people remember the streams over the last year, most of the jokes against Tanya really didn't come from me. And question for chat, real quick. This is a question for chat. Feel free to type your answers out in the chat. I will show it on the screen, but I'm just not going to verify. Here's a question for chat. For those of you, and be honest, if your answer is me, then say that. That's perfectly fine. But based on the last year and a half, who did you personally see making the most jokes against Tanya, and who would you say made the least? And if I'm not most or least, tell me where you think I am. Like, did I make like the second most comments, the second least amount of jokes? Maybe I'm somewhere in the middle, But like, tell me who made the most comments against Tanya. Okay, so we've got. Oh, hang on. I'm gonna scroll up a little bit here. Vicky, fucking facts. I specifically remember Tanya telling you, "I agree with you" when talking about your one video about women. Oh, that is true, by the way. Every time she would comment on a video, she would always be very agreeable. But now that she hates me, I'm wrong. I have to censor the word kill or else YouTube will delete my message. Yeah. I've only cried 3,000 times in the past 2 hours. Okay, Tanya. Abby. I do not think it was Abby, but okay. Aaron says Jake. I'm not going to say if I agree or not, but Aaron says Jake. Stellboy says Jake. Spark Muffin also says Jake or Johnny. Julie says Jake and Johnny. The least is either you or Joey. Never mind, YouTube deleted my channel when I said the word message, even though I fucking censored it. Jake made most. Dom made the most cruel jokes. Johnny was just a sarcastic ass, and you made one, but it was really you rewarding one Dom said on the stream before. Abby, I don't know. So thank you. Point proven. All I need to say is even some of the biggest MLC fans are openly admitting that most of the jokes came from other people, and I was on the lower end. I wouldn't say I was the absolute least. I did make the occasional joke, but I was like on the low. I was one of the lowest. And here you are saying, Tanya, you fucking scumbag, saying that I was the one making horrible jokes. I've made a lot of jokes since you've been off my channel. Absolutely. But during the time of streaming, I was making one of the least amount of jokes against you. So again, fuck you. All right. But they only focused on my reaction instead of what caused it. I should have walked away sooner. Oh, I will say one thing. Actually, no, I guess I don't need to say this, but the meanest thing was probably convincing you that Jake had died. But again, that wasn't even my idea. I went along with it only for a short period of time because I couldn't contain my laughter. But that wasn't my idea at all. So again, I know you want to blame me for it because it's very easy to target Matt, but it wasn't my idea. I should have walked away sooner. It's basically deja vu all over again. I don't want to go through it again because life is too short. I'm tired of people hurting me. Well, you brought it all on yourself, so. He just blocked me, lol. It just shows he can't take criticism. So again, let's be clear because I am literally, I'm not even being sarcastic. I'm literally the only honest person. I swear to God, everybody's a liar except for me. So, number one, in the past like 15 years, I have maybe blocked 4 people. Seriously, I've maybe blocked 4 people in the last 15 years that I've been streaming. And Rosie, you're one of them. First of all, now, if that's not enough, I blocked you because you were just repeating yourself with the same attacks over and over and over again, and it was getting exhausting to read it in chat. You were giving me a headache. And 2, I actually unblocked you this morning. But the point is, I did it because you're a stupid-ass fanatic. You were attacking me endlessly. You were writing the same thing in chat, and it was getting annoying. If I'm getting a headache, I'm gonna fucking block you now. Because you know what? I'm getting old now. I don't have the fucking time or mood to deal with you dumb fuck kids anymore. So if I want to block you because I'm just tired or I'm getting a headache or I don't have the energy, then I'm gonna fucking do it. You say it's because of criticism? What criticism? Do you even know what criticism is? Criticism is that thing that Tanya can't take. Criticism is not, you're a piece of shit, man. That's not criticism. Criticism has to be constructive. And by the way, when people give constructive criticism, I don't think I need to ask chat because they already know the answer. But when people do give me constructive criticism, I am right there willing to listen and change and admit that I'm wrong. No problem. Very easy, very quickly. I've been proving that for many, 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 many years. Okay, I'm going to go back on chat. One sec. Okay, Johnny definitely made his fair share of jokes, but 90% of them flew under her radar. Literally everyone in the group made fun of themselves, but if it's about her or MJ, she loses her shit. Correct? Just want to say everyone is on this earth for a reason in case someone asks why they still exist. They have to exist till the end of time. Thank you very much. Ding dong, the witch is dead. I don't even know why you wrote that, but Teresa, you're friends with Tanya, so I don't trust you anymore. Bye. It's not like the witch though, but anyway, bye. What the hell are you even fucking talking about? I'd love to throw Matt under the bus any day, but legit, he was the least person in the MLC to ever bully you in any way. Lol, get a grip. Did you just say you want to throw me under the bus? Can I ask why? I mean, I'm not surprised because people love throwing me under the bus, but I still would like to ask you why. Unless that was just a joke. I'm hoping that was a joke. They're jokes. I do think that Jake had intent to hurt when he was angry, but they were jokes. They literally call Johnny an alcoholic, call X the black one, call Abby a dishwasher. There's many jokes about me too. I make jokes about me. Johnny make jokes about me. Julian, Jake, Joey. We joke with each other. But when it came to Tanya, we literally, and by the way, this is on stream. I know they're deleted now, but it happened on stream many times. We had to literally say to her, Tanya, this is just a joke, but, and then say the joke. We had to warn her that a joke was incoming because she was such a crybaby. Teresa, move along, the swamp monster. Teresa, what? The moment she pulled the "where's my knife" comment a second time, I knew she had serious mental problem. Thank you. But remember, Tanya says that I'm the one who needs mental health help. All because someone criticized her. No, you're wrong. It was actually because Joey said he didn't like her. No, sorry, there were 2. One was because of Joey not liking her, and the other was when John was attacking her eye. Y'all had to put lube on her ass before jokes. Okay. It shows he can't take criticism from anybody other than those that agree with his politics. And there is, and by the way, I'm going to quote Tanya here, but this time it's actually accurate. There is not one shred of evidence of that being true. Yep, I'm quoting Tanya, but at least when I say it, it's factually true. Okay. Typical Matt move. So it's typical when it's never happened. I don't think you know what the word typical means. God help me. Okay, moving on to the retard. He said I couldn't take criticism. You can't. I can take, look at this. I can take criticism, but that doesn't mean I agree with it. Again, I don't think I need to reply to that one. I think it's pretty self-explanatory. I wasted so much of my life trying to be a people pleaser, and it feels good to be free from it. Wow. You are so right. He's just a jealous little man who cannot understand respect nor facts and wisdom. This is crazy. I'm joking about throwing you under the bus, by the way. Thank you. You can't blame me for thinking you were serious because that's what everyone does. Everyone. Literally fucking everyone. Okay. People see I'm an easy target and it's just like, boom, attack him. Oh my god, yes! He made a community post a minute ago! Do we see this? Do we see this? Look. Oh my god, so the bigot, MJ hater, MattsFTR is reacting to my video. He's obsessed with us, yet I cannot comment due to him being afraid of us moonwalkers. Time to debunk him again. Oh my god! First of all, I unblocked you this morning, so don't lie. I unblocked you this morning. In fact, I'll prove it. Here. Where's that like button that shows you can unblock people? Hang on. I'm not good at this. One sec. How do you do it? Where's the friggin' like block and unblock button? Okay, whatever. I can't find it, but I did unblock. Oh, wait. I'll use my phone. One sec. Let me just solo myself so I can prove this. I always have to prove myself, even though I literally never lie. But that's just the life of honest people. Even though we're honest, we still have to prove ourselves over and over and over and over again. Do you see it there? Okay. It says hide user from my channel right there because you're not currently blocked. If you were blocked, it would say unhide. It says hide because you're not blocked. Dumb fuck. I mean, you can lie all you want, but luckily I have the truth on my side. So that's what's good. Okay. You can take criticism, but when a 16-year-old autistic... Okay, I'll read it in a second. When a 16-year-old MJ Disney fan rejects your hideous, disgusting, and borderline atrocious advances, you go to self-harm. Debunk him again. There was a first time? No, there was never a first time. I love how they are now only using the word debunk because of you. They're literally taking my terminology because they don't understand it. Okay. Going back to this. Let's read this again. Okay. So first, I'm called a bigot. Obviously, no clue what that word. She has no clue what that word means. Calls me a hater. Doesn't know what that word means. Reacting to my video. Is that a problem? He's obsessed with us. Oh, okay, so you talk about me nonstop, but I come on here one time and I'm the obsessed one. Okay, kid. Whatever you think, kid. I cannot comment. You can comment. And then, of course, thinking that she's gonna debunk me. Sure. Are you ready for this now? Look what she did. Guys, get ready for this one. She made a short recently, okay? And all it says is, this just proves his theory is garbage while scrolling through my videos. Watch.
proves his theory is garbage responsible. This just proves his
What did that prove? All you did was promote my page. She scrolls through showing my videos, and that's supposed to be a debunking. You promoted me. What the fuck? And then the title says, Trash FTR deletes all videos calling Michael guilty. I only made one. What do you mean all? There's only one. Okay, now let's read the comments. We're going to end here. We're almost done. Okay, so X says, or, and this is a crazy thought, y'all was dick riding him, correct, so much that he didn't even bother wanting to keep them up, correct. Y'all can't just say I disagree without doing too much. Don't do this shit, be better. I agree. Okay, then the idiot says, 1, who are you? Does it matter? 2, I was never dick riding Matt. Yes, you are. 3, he deleted them because he was afraid of the warranted backlash he would receive. Wrong again. We did say that until he disturbed the peace and started to attack literal MJ advocates. Nope. No. Dumbass. What I'm doing is called self-defense. You people attacked first and I responded. Okay. 5, be better. I'm fighting for Michael. No, you're attacking people who disagree with you. Okay? Again, you're not defending Michael. You're attacking people who disagree with you because you're a fucking child. Moving on. Something which is more than you'll ever achieve in your entire existence. So now you're insulting X just because he made a valid point. Move along, oppressor. She's calling X an oppressor just for explaining why her post is stupid. What else can I fucking say? And then I commented, one sec, guys. Then I commented saying, thanks for the promotion. I love being right. She says, this isn't promotion, actually. No, it is, because you're showing my channel and my great videos. You said it's called debunking. There's no debunking. All you did was show my page. What's the debunking? Do you even know what the word means? And if you're Mr. Right all the time, why have you been using AI to create your videos? We're on the AI thing again, by the way. We're back on the fucking AI shit. And then MJFE says, or you could have just checked his live stream page. Quit being a dramatic cornball. I'm going to like that. Beautiful. And there you go, guys. That is the long-awaited Tanya debunking, because she has been attacking me and her supporters for the last, I don't know, week and a half or so. And she deserves it, because if people are going to attack me with bullshit, I should be able to defend myself using facts, because that's the more proper way of doing things. It's the adult way of doing things. And, yeah, I'm not going to let a whole bunch of stupid-ass fucking teenagers or adults with a teenager brain go after me and make up lies. So, yeah. I'm going to say it. I'm going to flat out say it. You want to hear it? I'll tell you right now. And I don't care how this sounds. I don't. You can say that I'm, have an ego. I don't care, because what I'm saying is just the truth. Because I'm such a good person, and because I'm so fucking patient, that's how I did it. I told you. I didn't want her on the stream from the very beginning, and no one else did either. Do you know what I'm gonna get up. Do you know what I had to fucking deal with, by the way? Here. 1 second. I'm gonna solo. You know what? Have some sympathy for me. Okay? Say I'm sorry you had to deal with this, Matt. And I'll tell you exactly why. I had to deal with everybody for over a year getting mad at me for letting her on. Behind the streams, like on our Instagram chats, I had all of the guys being like, Matt, please get rid of her. Please. Like literally almost every stream that I was hosting, it was Jake, Johnny, Joey, Julian saying to me, Matt, please kick her off. Please kick her off. Please kick her off. Please kick her off. I dealt with that on almost every single fucking stream. I was being patient with Tanya and her fucking stupidity. I also had to deal with the guys. And by the way, when I say deal with the guys, I'm not even talking about them begging me to get rid of her, but I let her stay. I'm also don't apologize yet. Let me finish first. But I also had to help them with shit because, well, not all of them. This is primarily just Jake. You saw from the streams how much Jake hated her, right? Jake was always looking angry. He was always miserable. He was always doing that face, right? Jake was always like that because he hated her so much. And after streams, not all the time, but I'd say this happened like 6 times, maybe 6 times throughout the whole year. So like once every 2 months, okay? About once every 2 months. Jake would be fucking depressed because he was so angry with listening to her. It made him like actually like miserable. So I would have to call Jake on video chat and be like, Jake, listen, just ignore her, let her on, she has like, she's mentally ill, whatever. Just calm down. When she says something stupid, just ignore her, let it go, that whole type of thing. I had to have calls like that with Jake about once every 2 months because he was legitimately angry and depressed and he hated streaming because of her. And instead of kicking her out, I let her stay because I felt bad for her. Okay? I felt bad for her, and that's why I let her stay, even though the guys hated her, wanted her gone almost right from the beginning. And yes, even Joey, even Angel Joey hated her too. He can say he doesn't, but he does. I know for a fact they might lie, but I'm not going to lie. I'm going to tell you they hated her. They all hated her. But I was being patient, and I let her on because I felt bad for her. And this is despite the fact that Jake was getting miserable dealing with it. So after the stream, I'd have to call Jake and be like, come on, bro, it's okay. Just, that is the truth. Yes, correct. And yes, correct again. He couldn't stand it. He hated it so much. All of her flirting and I love you, Joey, and all that fucking shit. He hated it. He complained so much on our private Instagram chats. You have no idea.